Gauteng's acting Cogta MEC Faith Mazibuko has asked for a report on why the Tshwane Council has failed to elect a new mayor. The council attempted to sit for a second time on Wednesday, but that sitting had to be adjourned over a co-councillor's credentials. The position of mayor has been vacant since Dr Levy resigned earlier this month, and now political squabbles have been playing out in public and affecting service delivery. We're now joined by political analyst Dr Levy Ndou to weigh in on these developments and the stalemate. Dr. Ndou, thank you very much for your time this morning. You take a look at events as they are unfolding in the city of Tshwane, and you think what?
Good morning to you, Dudu. Good morning to the viewers at home. If you look at the events in the city of Tshwane, you actually go back to the basics of politics and political parties. That political parties are formed with the main aim of contesting state power. And where there is no outright winner, like is the situation in the city of Tshwane and in other councils, you're going to have instability, you are going to have constant competition over political power. And what we see in the city of Tshwane is not something unique. We have seen that happening with other metros in the Republic of South Africa. And if something is not done, we're actually going to see this continuing. But the main cause of all this is some degree of inconsideration on the part of political parties, because what is preoccupying their minds now is political power, and their main reason why they are in those offices does not matter anymore. And that is why ordinary citizens are suffering.
Yeah, Dr. Ndou, you speak of competition over political power, and this competition over political power is oftentimes masqueraded as we are doing this in the name of the people. We need to get this sorted out because it is the everyday person on the ground that suffers from the conflict that we see amongst politicians. There's an accusation from the Democratic Alliance that the ANC wants to regain control of Tshwane. The ANC marching to Tshwane last week with the political party saying the city has been run to the ground under the DA administration. This shows us what? Should South Africa go into coalition governance in 2024 and beyond?
Well, there is no party that would claim that it actually represents the actual aspirations of the people or the actual mandate, because we don't have an outright winner. And there is no party where there is no outright winner that will be referred to as getting into power through the back door, because there is no outright winner. But what you should expect is that in a situation where parties are compelled by the electorate to work together, you need some degree of maturity amongst politicians and some degree of not focusing on self-interest but on the interest of the people. But what cannot be changed is the fact that these political parties must form a government, they must work together, and the ordinary citizens must, at the end of the day, become beneficiaries. It is true that political parties have got differences, they differ in ideologies, but they cannot differ on matters of service delivery. And I think what they need to do is to focus on service delivery, have their own differences outside the chamber once they're busy mobilizing, so that we don't find ourselves in this kind of a situation in the city. Tshwane is the capital city of the Republic of South Africa, and it is the mirror of South Africa in the world. A lot of embassies are based in the city of Tshwane, and my expectation, and I think the expectation of many people, is that Tshwane should lead by example, have political coherency, provide the best services, so that people who come to South Africa should actually derive good examples out of the city of Tshwane.
You speak of a degree of maturity on the part of political parties. How would you gauge COPE's contribution in the events that are happening or unfolding in the city of Tshwane?
Well, I think COPE has done what most political parties did to contest elections. And the unfortunate part is that there could be some degree of disappointments, especially on the part of the former mayor, Dr. Makwarela, and also on matters relating to what has been raised now by the Democratic Alliance. You need political parties to do South Africans a favor. Before they field candidates, maybe they should actually do their own vetting so that we do not find ourselves in a situation where you have a mayor who therefore has to be removed in a similar manner like it happened with Dr. Makwarela. But I think this should be a lesson, not only to the Congress of the People, but to all other political parties, because we are constantly now getting new information about individual members. And the unfortunate part is that all these issues are only coming when the council is heading towards a crucial moment of elections. Maybe we still have many other people who are in the controversial positions like what has actually happened with Makwarela.
Thank you very much for your time this morning, Dr. Levy Ndou.